So we have an example that I think is kind of quintessential blank scenario.
All right, this is Tim, and he's a software engineer. And he's on a call with Chris, who works in warehouse ops. And I'm going to use this call as a way to talk about some of the scaling problems that companies run into with their internal tools. So, the first thing that you see all the time is complexity around permissioning. It's really common for an engineer to build something for somebody, but just want to expose it to that one person. But this becomes really difficult once you have a bunch of internal users on one big application.
Long story short, I just need to make it so that Chris can delete orders manually.
Okay, so Tim has this one piece of functionality and he wants to just expose it to Chris. All right, the second problem that comes up all the time is that as companies scale, they get longer and longer release cycles. That's because their app grows in complexity, and then one feature becomes dependent on another feature, and it becomes hard to release this one thing without all these other things being a work in progress.
In every other app, it's like, great, I can give you that in 2 weeks when we push out a new version of our app.
All right, and then the third thing is that there's all these random little features that start popping into apps, which leads to this Frankenstein UI that is a mess to develop and is equally hard, if not worse, to use, which leads to just people having to be onboarded onto these apps and very mistake prone user behavior.
There are probably well over 1,000 things like that in our app that it's just like random UI that's literally used once a year, twice a year.
Okay, so Tim had this vision, and the vision is that when someone on the business side requests a tool, they get it that day. And it doesn't matter if it's the simplest prototype in the world, but he wants their software to move at the speed of their business. And so we've been building him a tool to help realize that vision. It's called Flank, and I'm going to walk through Tim using it and show you how it addresses some of these scaling problems. So the first thing is that it provides a way to instantly release a tool.
I go add an extra parameter to the stored procedure. I go over to Flank. I refresh. Done.
All right, then the second thing is that it allows for very granular permission control. So Tim can share something in Flank with somebody like you'd share a Google Doc.
I'm going to share with Chris. And I hit share. Chris, can you check your email?
I just got the email. It came in.
All right, and then this is what it looks like on Chris's end. He gets that email from Tim. He comes in, he sees that thing that Tim shared with him, and then he's got this very simple interface for interacting with that thing. All right, and then the third piece is that Flank is a quote-unquote kitchen drawer, as Tim puts it, for this long tail of random functionality. It's a place that all this random functionality can live and be organized. So if you look at Tim's account, he's got hundreds of little tasks in here, and a way to easily organize them and share them with people. And then he's also got visibility into who's doing what and how often each thing's being used. So you can use that to prioritize further engineering work on any of these prototypes. And yeah, that's Flank. Thanks for watching.